Hi everyone, it's Mike here. I'm back with a quick mixed media Halloween card. So I'm starting off with a piece of cold pressed watercolour card, and I'm going to cover the entire front of this piece of card with indigo blue black gesso. Now that the gesso is nice and dry, I'm dusting off my Stampin' Up Whisper White pigment ink pad, which they also call the craft pad, and I'm also bringing out a very old stamp from Michael's that I bought on a trip to the US a few years ago, and I'm just going to stamp this text image onto the front of the card. Now that my script is all nice and dry, I'm bringing out another old stamp that I bought from Michael's on a trip to the US, and I'm going to stamp that using the same white craft ink across the top, well, in various different areas around the card to make a kind of border around the outside. Because this pigment ink takes a long time to dry, I'm going to give it a really good blast with the heat tool before I move on to start adding on any more colours. Once it's nice and dry, I'm going to bring out the first of my colours, which is my Neo Colour 2 in orange, perfect Halloween colour. I'm going to activate it with some water on my craft mat and then just add random splatters across the page. Now I'm going to bring out the second of my Halloween colours. This time I've gone for yellow-green, perfect accompaniment for orange at Halloween. And to finish off my triad of colours, of course I'm bringing out a purple colour. This one is called Periwinkle. So now that my background's all nice and dry, I've taken an old book page and I've drawn a quick simple shape of a skull on the actual page itself. I folded it in half and then drawn half the shape to make sure that it was symmetrical. So I'm just going to cut that out now with a pair of scissors. Now I'm just adding some detailing to the area where the teeth would be. So once the skull's cut out, I'm going to do the same thing for the jaw. So I'm happy with all the shapes now, so I'm just going to use some Collall multi-purpose glue and just stick that down to the front of my panel, my card panel. Now the reason I like using this Collall multi-purpose glue for this kind of thing is I'm not using matte medium this time because I don't want to go over the entire of the card, because I don't trust that pigment ink from Stampin' Up! Not to move. So I'm going to use this multi-purpose glue instead. Now it does allow me a little bit of wiggle room, so I can get my pieces in place before it does finally grab. And if it does get a little bit squishing out the sides, it doesn't matter because it just rubs off. It goes into a kind of rubber. So we're talking of rubber, there you go, you can just see me erasing off some pencil marks that I'd missed earlier on. And now I'm going to remove the masking tape, and as you can see I've left a border all the way around the card because I'm going to be mounting it on a piece of black cardstock. But before I mount it, I'm going to bring out my football pen, and I'm just going to go around the outside of the shape of the skull and the jaw, but I'm also going to add in some detailing to those teeth on the jawline. So I couldn't quite decide how I was going to add in the detailing of the nose and the eyes, and then I thought, what the heck, I may as well just carry on as I'm going, so I draw them in using the football pen too. Okay, so I'm happy with the eyes and the nose now. So I'm just bringing out a piece of cheesecloth that I have in my stash. I've just cut a very small piece off, and then I'm just going to add a little piece of that cheesecloth onto the front of that card panel with that multi-purpose glue, because the glue will seep into the holes into the cheesecloth and it will hold it, but it will allow me to be able to maneuver the cheesecloth into the right sort of position before it actually sets, which is just perfect. It's just what you need for this kind of project. So now we're ready to add our little sentiment, and it's obviously Halloween, so I'm going to be bringing out my Dymo letter tag machine, and I'm going to type out my trick or treat label, and then I'm just going to peel the back off because it is self-adhesive, and I'm going to stick that onto the front of the cheesecloth. Now, because that glue on the cheesecloth is still wet, it will also stick to the back of the trick or treat label and make sure that that will never come off. So now that label's stuck down, I'm just going to add some of that multi-purpose glue to the back of the watercolour card, and then just add that onto my card base. Now this is a standard 6x4 card, A2 in US size, A6 in European size, or a UK size at least. So the perfect kind of size just for sending out to friends or giving to neighbours. So I'm just going to finish the card off now by bringing out some self-adhesive half pearl stickers, and I'm just going to pop one each into the eyes just for that spooky Halloween feel. And we're just about done. I hope you've enjoyed this Halloween trick or treat card. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up so YouTube will recommend my channel and my videos to other people. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. Once again, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again real soon. Bye for now.